What is consumer credit? My name is Moises Santiago, and I will be your instructor throughout this course. Today, we begin with one of the most important financial concepts in modern America, consumer credit. Many people use credit every single day, but very few people truly understand what credit is, how it works, why it exists, who controls the information, and how it can impact their financial life. Before we discuss credit scores, before we discuss credit reports, before we discuss collections, before we discuss disputes, before we discuss consumer rights, we must first understand the foundation. What is credit? Credit is the ability to borrow money or obtain goods and services today with the agreement that payment will be made later. That sounds simple, but this concept has shaped the financial system for generations. Credit allows consumers to access opportunities before they have the full cash available. It allows families to purchase homes. It allows people to finance vehicles. It allows businesses to grow. It allows consumers to manage emergencies. It allows banks and lenders to extend financial products based on trust and risk. But credit is not free money. Credit is a promise. Credit is an agreement. Credit is a responsibility. And most importantly, credit is trust. 1. Why credit exists. Imagine a world where nobody could borrow money. Most people would not be able to buy a home. Most people would not be able to purchase a vehicle. Many businesses would never open. Many families would struggle during emergencies. Credit exists because people and institutions need a way to access money now and repay it later. But lenders are not lending money blindly. Banks do not approve loans just because someone asks. Creditors need a way to evaluate risk. Risk means the possibility that a borrower may not repay the obligation as agreed. Every lender faces risk. When a bank lends money, the bank does not know the future. The bank does not know if the borrower will lose employment. The bank does not know if the borrower will experience illness. The bank does not know if the borrower will face an unexpected financial hardship. Because of that uncertainty, lenders use credit information to help predict repayment behavior. That is why credit matters. Credit helps lenders answer one major question. Can this person be trusted to repay? Section 2. A simple credit example. Let's look at a simple example. Imagine you walk into a store and purchase a television using a credit card. You leave the store with the television, but the money did not come directly from your bank account. The credit card company paid the merchant on your behalf. Now you owe the credit card company according to the terms of your agreement. That is credit in action. The same principle applies to auto loans, mortgages, personal loans, likes of credit, business loans, store financing, student loans, buy now, pay later accounts. All of these are forms of credit, different products, same basic idea. You receive money, goods, or services today, and you agree to repay later. Section 3. Credit is not the same as wealth. Now let's correct a major misconception. Many people believe credit is the same thing as wealth. That is not true. A person can have high income and poor credit. A person can have modest income and excellent credit. Credit is not a measurement of personal value. Credit is not a measurement of intelligence. Credit is not a measurement of how good someone is as a person. Credit is a system used to evaluate financial behavior and risk. That distinction matters because when people misunderstand credit, they often make emotional decisions. They panic, they assume, they react. But when people understand credit, they can make more strategic decisions. Education creates better decisions. Section 4. The credit ecosystem. Now let's talk about the credit ecosystem. Many consumers think the lender, the credit bureau, and the collection agency are all the same thing. They are not. There are different players in the credit system. Number 1, the consumer. That is the person using credit. Number 2, the creditor. That is the bank, lender, credit card company, finance company, or business extending credit. Number 3, the furnisher. A furnisher is an entity that provides information to the credit bureaus. This may include lenders, creditors, collection agencies, or other reporting companies. Number 4, the credit bureaus. The 3 major nationwide credit reporting agencies are Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. These companies collect, store, and distribute credit information. Number 5, collection agencies or debt buyers. These entities may attempt to collect unpaid debts, depending on the situation and applicable law. Number 6, Regulators. Federal and state agencies may enforce rules related to consumer protection, credit reporting, and debt collection. This is important because credit reporting is not controlled by one single person. It is a system. And to understand credit, you must understand the system. Section 5. Why credit reports exist. Occurrences credit reports exist because lenders need information. Imagine a bank receives 5,000 applications in one day. Without a credit reporting system, the bank would need to personally investigate every applicant. That would take too long. It would be expensive. It would be inconsistent. Credit reports help lenders review information faster. A credit report may show open accounts, closed accounts, time history, credit limits, balances, records where applicable, inquiries, account ages. The purpose is to help lenders evaluate risk. But here's the important part. Credit reports must be accurate, because inaccurate information can affect real opportunities. That is why consumer rights matter. Later in this course, we will discuss laws like the Fair Credit Reporting Act. The FCRA helps promote accuracy, fairness, and privacy in credit reporting. But before we get into the law, you must understand why the system exists. Section 6. How credit impacts real life. In 2026, credit affects far more than loans. Many consumers are surprised to learn how many areas of life can be influenced by credit. Credit may affect mortgage approvals, vehicle financing, credit card approvals, apartment applications, utility deposits, cell phone accounts, business funding opportunities, insurance pricing in certain situations, employment opportunities where permitted by law. Today we learn that credit is more than just a score. We learn that credit is built on trust, risk, information, and financial responsibility. We discussed why credit exists, how lenders use credit information, the major participants in the credit reporting system, the importance of consumer rights, the role of credit reporting agencies, and why financial education is one of the most valuable tools a consumer can possess. Remember this, credit is not money. Credit is trust. Every account on a credit report tells a story. Every payment history tells a story. Every balance tells a story. And every credit decision tells a story. The better you understand that story, the better prepared you become to make informed financial decisions. As we continue through EZCREDITPR LLC Academy, we will build upon the foundation we created today. Because before you can understand credit scores, disputes, collections, or consumer rights, you must first understand the system itself. In our next lesson, we will begin exploring one of the most important documents in consumer credit, the credit report. We will discuss what a credit report is, why it exists, who creates it, how to read it, the major sections found on a credit report, and the most common errors consumers should learn to identify. By the end of Lesson 2, you will understand how to read a credit report with far more confidence than the average consumer. Thank you for joining me for Lesson 1 of EZCREDITPR LLC Academy. My name is Moises Santiago. I appreciate your time, your attention, and your commitment to financial education. I look forward to seeing you in Lesson 2, Understanding Credit Reports. Until next time, continue learning, continue asking questions, and continue investing in your financial future. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.